Okay, so today we're looking at the Scandinavian defense, Kloosterboer Gambit. And that move starts off with e4, and immediately I play d5, attacking the central pawn, and I want him to just keep eating pieces. So I keep feeding him pieces. And this is where I stop the eating by bishop taking b7 and putting my bishop, my light square bishop, eyeing down where his potentially castle king will be and establishing a strong line for my bishop. Knight c3. I play e4, and then I attack. E takes d3, c takes d3, knight f6, bishop e2, and I missed the move here. I should not have played bishop c5. I was supposed to have taken the pawn and didn't do it. So he brings the knight out. Now I sacrifice the dark square bishop. Bishop takes f2 check. And now his king has lost a move, and that's what I'm wanting. Queen b6 check. He blocks the bishop. Queen takes b2. Rook f1. Knight g4 check. King g1. Knight takes e3, forking the rook and the queen. He threatens. I take his knight. Queen a4 check. Now here's bishop c6, threatening the queen, offering the exchange, but here's a mistake. You can't do that because my queen is basically in the center of the board and have a knight on a very good square, very good square. So he's going to lose his queen here. So knight takes c4, d takes c4, castle. He plays rook b to c1. And then I move the queen to the his back rank. I took the pawn instead of the bishop. That was a mistake on my part. Queen takes a2. And instead of taking with the rook, which he could have taken with the rook, because I couldn't take his rook with the queen because the bishop was protecting. So that was a really big blunder on my part. So knight c6. Now he pins the rook, but now I want to exchange the rook. And knight takes b8. Now he's hoping to get play for a queen, and I'm not going to let him. Rook to c1. Knight to c6, blocking the advancement of the pawn. Rook to d1. And I play queen to h3. He takes. And then now I start advancing pawns. And I play the move h5. Bishop e4. And now I block the bishop while protecting with both the queen and the rook. And I play f5 and threaten to take the bishop. Of course, he plays bishop d5 check. I move the king off the back rank so that nothing can be forced. King a7. And he plays the move c6. So I play the move f4. He plays the move c7. I play the move h4. He plays the move rook to c1, but here's the thing. The queen is protecting this square. So if there's a trade, then it's two attackers versus one. So now I remind him of that by moving the queen to f5, but I also want to move the queen out from in front of this pawn because this is going to be the mating pawn. And he queens, I take, he takes, of course I take the bishop, and I leave him the rook. So, and I did this so he can't block that square because a bishop can attack on diagonals, and I'm attacking on a diagonal, so I don't need that. Okay, so queen takes d5. Now he threatens the pawn. I take this pawn, protecting the pawn at f3. I take an f3, protecting the pawn on f4. He comes up to, and the only thing he can do here, he can't take the pawn on g7 because it's protected by the king. He can't take the pawn on f4 because it's protected by the queen. So when he takes on f7, checkmate is unavoidable from here because I simply play the move h3, sealing his fate. He can't get a check without losing his rook. So the game at this point is over. There's nothing he can do. So he takes the pawn. Of course, I play queen g2, which is mate. So that was the Scandinavian defense, and it fell to pieces on him. So if you look back in the game, this is a couple of moves were very key in getting where I got. So him being too greedy, allowing me to put the bishops on the right squares and advance his pawn and disrupt his pawn structure and prevent him from castling and just really being aggressive as black. And even making two blunders in the position, I was still able to get in a very, very, very winning position here. So, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button, leave some comments.